believe the moment is finally here. I am performing my first surgery as a veterinary student in less than 48 hours. I have been preparing for the last week with doing things sterilely, practicing my clamp techniques, practicing my suture techniques. Tomorrow I get to meet my patient for the first time, I get to perform a physical exam, and I get to make sure that the patient is ready for surgery tomorrow. So how it works at SGU is you usually do the surgeries during term 5. I know with the new curriculum it will be term 4. I randomly got selected to be the primary surgeon on our first castration case on a dog, and it is in our brand new surgery suite. I have done castrations before in the past, but only on livestock animals. This will be my first time on a dog. I've seen a lot of different neuters, but for SGU in particular, we do have to do a closed castration and an open castration. So I will be doing both techniques on surgery day, and I couldn't have had a better group picked out for me. Again, it's randomly selected on who ends up in your group, and I ended up with an amazing crew. Tomorrow is going to be a long day. With our surgery days, we do have other lectures and labs happening, so it's not just surgery we are focusing on during the week. We actually have to focus on everything all at once. So they really are preparing us very well for clinical year, because this is basically what it's going to be. I would highly recommend, as you are advancing in your vet school career, that you start learning very good time management skills and organizational skills, because it will greatly help you once you finally do hit the ground running with doing surgery, lectures, labs, and other exams happening at any time. I also met up with my surgery team for about 2 hours, just discussing what type of things each of us are going to do tomorrow on the surgery day and on the discharge day. Surgery here takes a long time. Super excited to be sharing this moment with you. I have been looking forward to this ever since I started vet school. If you do want to see more content like this, please let me know down below, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is the first of many surgeries I will be doing in my vet school career, and long after I graduate, I will be doing all sorts of fun surgeries. So this is going to be the fit for today. It is Monday morning, and I get to meet my patient tonight, which I'm super excited for. But I've got my Cherokee scrubs on, I've got my white coat. Obviously, I will have to button it up before I meet the patient, because we deal with a lot of zoonotic diseases here. And I just made my name tag for my scrub cap, because for every surgery, they don't always know who is who during the surgery itself, and we're graded on each position. So they asked that we create name tags, so I found like cute little magnets on Amazon, and it fits right on my scrub cap. So that's what I'll be wearing tomorrow. And I decided to go with the butterfly scrub cap tomorrow. Feel very official. I'll definitely try it on tonight before surgery tomorrow. But I also have gotten all of my stuff out on my bed, so I'm sorry. It's a mess in the background right now. I've been trying to figure out what I'm taking with me today and what's staying here. But I'll show you what I brought with me, because some of it's optional, some of it's mandatory, so I will mention that now. I'm bringing my suture practice kit just for when I have some downtime today during classes to practice suturing. Since I am allergic to latex, I am bringing my own non-sterile gloves today to touch the patient. And then, obviously, my laptop charger, pair of socks, my raincoat because it started to rain. Then I did bring these portable hair clippers, mostly for the leg of the dog. And then I brought my own thermometer and the Lister bandage scissors. And then a little notepad so I can jot down some important values. I got my name tag, and I've got my stethoscope from SGU. The only thing that I updated this summer was a name tag for the stethoscope, just so I don't lose it. Since I do have class today from 10:30 to 5:30, and we have to meet our patient right after that, don't think we're coming home probably until like 9 or 10 o'clock. I am going to pack my lunch and pack some snacks because I have a feeling I'm going to be hungry because I will not have time, even during lunch, to get some food. So I'm just gonna bring lunch, dinner, snacks, and all of that stuff just so I am not feeling too tired throughout the day. That's kind of the plan at the moment, so I will pack my bag really quick and my lunchbox, and then we'll head to campus. It is the day of the surgery. Meeting my patient last night was pretty cool and doing my own physical exam. I definitely need to work on my physical exam skills a little bit more just so I'm more efficient. But my dog is a 1-year-old. He's really cute and I am super excited to be doing his castration this morning. I start the procedure in about an hour. And I'm just going to quickly show you what you need at SGU the day of your surgery. Everybody has a different role during the day, so it really depends on the role you have and what you need to bring. But as the primary surgeon, I at least need to bring the dog collar that they made us bring to the island to send home with the patient tomorrow. So we basically want to do that now and bring it in with us, because we will be putting the rabies tag on it for the owner, and then the collar will be going home with them. Yesterday was a little crazy. I did have to bathe our dog last night with a hose, and the dog was not pleased, to say the least, which I figured. They usually don't get baths on this island very often. And that was probably his first one ever, considering how young he was. But thankfully, our group did not get another dog to take care of last night, so that definitely helped us keep on track of our stuff and making sure our surgery patient was good. We also took a look at his fecal, and he does have roundworms, so we are taking care of that. This morning, as the primary surgeon, it is also kind of my job to come up with different diagnostics to run. I do need to wear a white coat, so I actually did put my name on it because we have to leave it in a special room. I'll just show you everything that I got so you have an idea on what you need to bring to the island to make your Term 5 surgery a little bit more smoother. I will certainly let you know how the procedure goes once it's done, and I've already decided I am not going to classes today. I will be watching the Panoptos because chances are our patient is going to take a little bit longer to wake up. and the primary surgeon and the anesthetist have to stay until the patient is fully aware of its surroundings. The surgery time is from 7 in the morning until 1:15 in the afternoon. And then our classes start at 1:30 and don't usually end until 5:20, which is what today is like. And then after class, you do have to go back and check on your patient and do a post-op examination and pain scale. It's gonna be a busy day, but I will definitely let you know how it goes and what to expect, some tips on how to keep yourself organized during the day. Let's go do my first surgery in vet school. I am back from the surgery. It went super well this morning. We got everything done way ahead of when we actually had to pre-medicate our patient, which was great. So we had everything all set up, and then we had walked the patient. We had done our pre-op vitals just to make sure everything was looking good for surgery. But he did have a fever, so we did have to keep an eye on that, and we were considering doing antibiotics, but during the procedure his temperature actually went down, so everything was fine. The surgery went without any issues. It definitely felt surreal. When I was gowning and prepping myself to do the surgery, I was so nervous about breaking sterility that I wasn't even focusing on the actual cutting part anymore. It was definitely my anxiety point during the surgery. The cutting itself actually went so well. It definitely does not feel like a suture pad at all when you are practicing doing your simple continuous suture patterns and your intradermal suture patterns. After the procedure happened, I had to stay with the anesthetist to make sure that the patient was waking up well, and thankfully he did. As soon as we got him into the kennel room, he proceeded to start jumping around the walls and wanting all the attention in the world. So he's doing good, but he is making me super nervous that he's going to get a scrotal hematoma because he is so active. I don't know, like I figured he would be more out of it than he actually was, so that definitely made me feel better that he wasn't in a lot of pain. He does have pain medication on board, so I will see how he is in the morning. But for now, he looked pretty good. So after the surgery happened and we recovered him, we had to come back an hour later and do our post-op just to make sure everything was looking good. There was no redness or swelling. I don't know. Today just went more smoothly than I thought it would. Like, I wasn't as nervous as I would have thought when I was literally cutting the first incision. I didn't get asked too many questions, but the vet that was helping me was phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for a better, first surgery day. Everything worked out and he's looking good, and he's going home tomorrow, sadly. I'll see him again tomorrow morning for our final discharge post-op physical exam to make sure he's all good to go. Give him some pain meds for the ride home. It was a good day. I honestly have not gotten a lot else done. I just submitted my surgery form, which was 4 pages long. That was probably too much info, but they asked for everything that happened during surgery and afterwards and pre-surgery that the primary surgeon did, so I inputted everything in. I will let you know how tomorrow goes about discharging our patient. We did have to print out the discharge paperwork, so we are bringing that with us tomorrow. His collar is already on the kennel, with his rabies tag, so he's all good to go there. Actually, I have to get back to studying the rest of my classes that I've missed since Monday, so I will do that, and then I will check in with you guys and let you know how things go tomorrow and Friday, because I do have to call the owner back on Friday just to check up on the patient. It is Thursday morning. I was exhausted yesterday, so I'm sorry I didn't update you guys. Just all of the surgery days in a row just hit me like a train, and I felt so tired, so I came home and slept. But now I have to catch up on classes from the last 3 days. For the discharge yesterday, it went really well because my group and I prepared a SOAP form of all of the different vitals we had to get the morning of discharge. We were able to input all that information in, all the rest of our forms were finished, so all we really had to do was walk our patient, feed our patient a half cup of food, and give them some water, put the collar on with the rabies tag, and make sure that everything in the envelope was set to go, like the heartworm and flea and tick prevention, and some extra pain meds as well. It was really hard to say goodbye to the puppy though. He was still jumping around like crazy, and he did have some mild scrotum swelling, but hopefully that's just from the procedure itself. I didn't feel any hematoma, so we were good there. And the incision still looked really good. The last thing for the primary surgeon is to call the owner on Friday. So I will do that sometime tomorrow. If I don't get a response right away, I'll come back at a different time and try and call the owner again, just to ask if they have any questions. Most of the dogs in Grenada live outside. They don't live in the house like they do in the US. He was the best first patient I could have ever gotten. And my next surgery day is the following Thursday, and I will be the scrub nurse on that one. I will update you guys tomorrow to let you know how the client call goes. And I also do have to make a note of it in the medical record as well. Good morning, it is Saturday. Yesterday I did have to call the client to check up on the patient, and he's doing amazing. There was a slight language barrier, so the owner actually had one of his friends to talk to me who could understand me better. So overall, the incision looks great. The dog is acting like nothing even happened, which isn't a shock because he was bouncing off the walls after his procedure. So that makes me pretty happy that he's doing good and that we helped out the Grenadian community by neutering another pet so he does not get anyone pregnant. To end off this surgery video though, I did want to go over 5 different tips that I would give to someone else when you're preparing yourself for your first surgery as primary lead, because this week was really draining. I didn't get everything done that I needed to get done, especially with my other classes. Number 1, take some time for yourself after your surgery days. You are going to be so tired after 12 to 14 hour days, 3 days in a row. Definitely take some time to yourself. Don't push yourself too hard because it is a lot to learn at one time. Number 2, you will be behind in your other classes. It is completely expected. There really is no time to attend classes when you're in surgery for so much of the day and having to write your medical notes. Don't feel too bad, because I was feeling terrible that I was so behind in my classes, and I'm like, there's no real way to do everything in the school day. And if I had went to class, I wouldn't have retained anything, so I would have had to watch the Panopto videos anyway. So I just saved myself some time and relaxed a little bit after surgery. Number 3, prepare the weekend before to get all of your assignments done that you can. Any extra quizzes or practice questions, just try not to leave that when you have surgery days. I know there are a bunch of other labs going on, so definitely prepare for that before your actual surgery day so you do not stress yourself out more, and then you can just solely focus on learning surgery. Number 4, communicate really well with your teammates. Honestly, my group is what got me through the first surgery because we communicated so well, we worked really good together, and we made sure that everything was done correctly and where it needed to be. Like for the primary surgeon, we have to stay with the patient after surgery, so I had to have someone else fold my surgical gown for the following week because I didn't have time to do it. So you do have to communicate with your team members and definitely trust your team. I would highly recommend meeting up before with your surgery team before the first actual surgery day because things will go more smoothly if you talk things out and do basically like a walkthrough of what the surgery day is going to be like because it's chaos. There are 13 groups in there at one time. And you have dogs barking for attention or demanding food. And last but not least, make sure to eat and sleep whenever you can, because there were certain times where we had to run from class to check on our patient at 5:30, and we had no time to eat. And I was usually there doing my medical notes until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Try to prepare and get yourself some meals or go to some of the restaurants on campus to get something because you will feel faint if you do not eat, especially during surgery. So don't be one of those people who doesn't eat during your surgery times. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my experience as lead surgeon and you got some helpful tips about what to expect on your surgery day and how to make it flow better for yourself and your group members. Because if you can minimize the stress that you all are feeling, the surgery will go better. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a like and subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.